Stop building the outdated apps. The future is AI powered mobile apps. And in this video, you will learn how to build them using a Flutter, Firebase, and Google AI Studio. So if you want to stand out as a Flutter developer, this video is for you. Everyone is talking about AI apps right now, but very few people actually know how to build them. So I created a complete Flutter course. You will learn how to build a real AI powered mobile apps step by step by using Flutter and Firebase. This is just not a basic tutorial. Inside the course, you will build a real projects, integrate APIs, work with authentication, database, AI features, CRUD operations, and all explained in a simple, beginner friendly way. If you want to stop watching random tutorials and finally start building a professional app, this course will help you to do that. This course is live on Udemy right now. The link is in the description. Let me show you that how our app will look alike by the end of this video and what all things we are going to cover. So we are going to use a Google AI Studio API and the Firebase to make this awesome app. So let me give you an idea like what really this app is. So we are going to create an AI tutor app where the AI will just teach me an English or correct me if there will be any mistake that I make. Once I start a conversation with an AI, it's going to also explain me that what problem I have made while writing that English sentence, a grammatical mistakes, a pronunciation and everything, right? Also it's going to clear out the question that has been asked by me. Okay, so for example, if I'll just write like what is a Firebase, can you explain me? What is a Firebase? Explain me. Okay, now let's send this and let's see if there is any mistake on this sentence or can we just make this sentence in a better way. Okay, so let's send this first. I strictly get a reply from an AI that corrected what is a Firebase, explain it to me. So this is what that could be a perfect line that we can use, like what is a Firebase, question mark, explain it to me. Explanation: firstly, when referring a specific product or service like Firebase, you generally do not use the indefinite article a unless I have used what is a Firebase. So it told me that don't use a, use what is Firebase, and it has told me that in this context you are asking for the definition of product itself. Secondly, the verb explain requires an object is being explained and to an indirect object for the person. Okay, and the better version is that could you explain what Firebase is. We can just pass this as well or we can just ask this as well. This is a better version. The reply is that Firebase is a comprehensive platform developed by Google. You can see that it all the AI will also reply you the question asked by you so that the AI tutor can simply correct your English. Second thing, they can just catch any mistake that you make on that English sentence. They can correct, they can provide you the better version for that you can use. They can, fourth thing is that they can reply the question asked by you. So these are all the things that we are going to do by Firebase as a backend, and main thing is that how we can use a Google AI Studio API to make this complete app. So without any delay, let's get started. Now here I need to add a complete backend to this AI tutor app. Now what I need to do, as I told you that we are going to use our two things, which is like in Google AI Studio API, and the second thing is the Firebase. So I'm going to first connect this app with a Firebase. Now I will give you an idea like how we are going to use the Firebase over here. So for example, if I'm going to simply write the text over here and I send to the AI to get a reply from an AI. Now what I need to do is that we need to store the complete chat in the Firebase so that we can show them in the app, right? So without the Firebase, I can't store the chat. So I need to store a chat in the Firebase and we can simply show that over here, right? Now let's move to the Firebase, and in the Firebase, I need to first add my project name. So I'm going to just write AI tutor, okay? Now I'll click to this continue button, continue as well, continue. Now we'll select a default account for Firebase, click on create project. So as you can see that Firebase is preparing our project. So wait for a few seconds until it is done. Okay, so our project is ready. Now we click to this continue button and we'll just land to the Firebase console. Now there is no any authentication on this app. We need to directly store a data to the Firestore database. Now what I need to do is that here I'll move to the database and storage, and here you will see the Firestore. Okay, so in the Firestore we are going to store all the data, but first let's connect the app for both iOS and Android device so that we can just upload our data to the Firebase. So I'll click to this add app button, we'll move to the Apple. So first I'm going to connect the iOS app, then I'll switch to the Android. So I need an Apple bundle ID. Now to get an Apple bundle ID, you can just open the Xcode from here, and Xcode is launching, and we just need to move to the runner signing and capabilities. Now once we move to the signing capabilities, here you will find a bundle identifier. Now we need to copy this bundle identifier and just paste this. Let's close this first and let's paste this over here. Click on register app. So it's going to take some time to register our app, and then we need to download one of the file, which is this file, like Google service-info.plist file. Okay, now once we download this file, now just open this folder. Not open this folder, you can just open the download folder, and if you have any older file with the same name, just remove that first and rename this file with the same name that has been shown over there. This is the important process, like you need to keep the file name exactly, otherwise it will simply throw the error. Right, now we need to directly open the Xcode again. So we just need to launch the Xcode again, and once we do this, now we just need to paste this below the info, click on finish, and it's done. Right, now once we do this, now let's move back, click on next, next, continue to the console. So here we have just added the iOS app. Now let's switch to the Android. Now we need an Android package name. Now to get this, we need to move to the Android app buildgradle.kts. Let's copy this application ID. I am copying the namespace, but both are the same things. So let's copy this application ID. Let's paste this. Click on register app, and let's download this google-services.json file from here. And once you download that file, we need to remove the old file, and we just need to move to bin and then rename with a exact name that has been shown. Right, now we need to paste this in Android app folder, something like this. Now click on next. Now this is the plugin that I need to copy. Let's move to the setting gradle.kts. Inside the plugin section, just paste this. Right, now another plugin is this one, so let's copy this, move to the Android buildgradle.kts, and inside the plugin section paste this. Okay, now let's save all the file first. Okay, now click on next, continue to the console. So here you can see that we have connected the Android and iOS app. Now the thing doesn't end over here, because we need to add some important packages from our perf to the Flutter app. Right, so we just need to move to the perf official website, and then I need to add the package which is like in cloud Firestore, because we need to upload all the chats to the Firestore database. So that's why we need a cloud Firestore package. Now let's copy this package and let's directly paste this in the perspec.ml file. Okay, under the dependencies. Right, now once we do this, now we need a second thing which is like a Firebase core, because we need to use some core functionality of an Firebase in our app. So let's move to the installing. Let's copy this Firebase core package. Let's directly paste this over here, and once we do this, now I need to add a 2 lines in our main.dart file, because without this lines I can't enable a Firebase in my Flutter app. So don't miss this lines, which is like in widgets Flutter binding dot ensure initialized, something like this. We need to pass await Firebase dot initialize app. Okay, now once we do this, now our app is successfully connected with a Firebase server, and we can upload a data to the cloud Firestore. But still there is no authentication on this app. What I need to do is that we need to change some of the things on the settings, because if you want to upload a data without authentication in your device, you need to tell the Firestore that there is no authentication on this device and directly upload a data. Don't check that whether the user validation has been done properly from Firebase or not. Okay, so this is the thing that we need to do. Now we'll just move to the Firestore, And in the file store I am going to do one thing. Let's wait and click to this create database. Close this, click on next, and click on the production mode. So I'm starting the production mode and click on create button. So Firebase will just take some time to set up some security rules, so wait for a few seconds. Okay, so this is how a Firebase Firestore dashboard look alike. Now we'll just move to the rules section, and in the rules I am going to change the rules from false to true, as I've told you, right? Now we'll just need to click to this publish button. Now as I've told you that once you click to this publish button, it will show that the security rules are defined as public. As I've told you that someone can steal a data, so it's saying that if you are not adding the authentication, someone will steal your data. So don't need to worry, no one will steal your data, right? Now once we do this, now app is connected to the Firestore successfully. Now we can upload a data to the Firestore. Now here what I need to do is that we'll move to the home.dart page, and in the home.dart page I am going to do one thing. What I need to do is that I need to just upload all the chats in the Firestore, as I've explained you, right? Now what I need to do is that first let's create a function that will help us to upload a data to the cloud Firestore. Now in the leaf folder I'm going to create a new, not a folder, a file, and in the file I'm going to just write database.dart, right? Now once we do this, now let's write a future add message. So this is just a function name, right? Now I just need to write a map which will be like a string dynamic. Now I've explained you about a map many times, so I'm going to just explain you again. So map is a combination of key and value pair. Now the key that we are going to pass is in the form of string, and the value that we are going to pass will be in the form of dynamic. So we are going to create a map which is a combination of key and value pair, and we need to pass a map name. So you just need to write message info map. Okay, this is a map name. Let's use a string id, or I think so string id is not needed over here. Now the string id is something like if you want to upload a data to the cloud Firestore, there is a collection, there is a database, there is a field. Okay, so these are the that you need to understand while uploading a data to the cloud Firestore, right? So let's first write async. We'll write await. Now we need to return, so I'm going to just write return, and then I'm going to write Firebase Firestore dot instance dot collection. I'm going to first pass a collection name which will be like in chats. Okay, now once we pass a collection name, we need to use an add method so that we can add all the message in our chats collection. I think so it's clear, right? Now we'll move back to the home page, and in the home page I'm going to write a text editing controller. Now you know that when you pass a text field, now to handle the text we need to write a text editing controller. We'll write message controller is equals to new text editing controller, something like this, right? Now what I need to do is that we need to pass a controller to that respective text field, something like this, right? Now what I need to do is that once I press to this send button, we need to add the message to the cloud Firestore, and later on we are going to add that message, or we are going to send the message to the AI so that I can get a response from the AI tutor, right? So here I need to just wrap up this container with a gesture detector, and in the onTap method what I need to do is that first I need to just write async, and then I need to write await database methods. Okay, we haven't passed a class, sorry for that. Yeah, so let's write a class which will be like a database methods. Okay, now inside this class I'm going to pass the function so that I can call a class name and that function name, right? So we have forgot the class name, so which is very important. So let's write database methods. It's like methods, okay, dot add message, and there I'm going to just create a map. In the map I'm going to do one thing. Basically I'm going to write a string dynamic which is our key and value pair. We'll write a map name like message info map. Then here inside the map, I'm going to first tell that whether this message has been sent by an AI or an user. Okay, so something that has been sent through this text field, we are going to keep that type as a user, and something that we get directly from the API, we are going to keep the type and AI, so that I can simply shift the message accordingly. You can see that the message that has been sent by an AI will be shifted to the left side, and the message that has been sent by the user will be seen at the right side. So just to manage this, I need to pass a type over here. So I need to write a type, and in the type I'm going to just write like message controller dot text. Right now, once we pass a type, now let's pass a message. So I'm going to just write message, and sorry for this, let's paste this over here. Type, we'll keep it user. Okay, yeah, so it's done. Now I just need to write database methods dot add message, and we need to pass a map name like message info map. I think so it's clear, right? Now once we do this, now we can successfully upload our data to the cloud Firestore. Okay, now we need to empty this text field as soon as we send the message. So I need to just do one thing like set state, and we need to make the message controller.text directly to empty. Okay, something like this. Now let's first save all the file from here, and once we save this, now let's hot restart the app as well. Okay, now I'm going to write my first text over here, and let's see what data will be uploaded to the cloud Firestore. So I'm going to write like teach me something really great. Now we are going to send this. Okay, so you can see that the text field is now empty because of this set state that we have passed. Now I think so the data has been successfully been uploaded to the cloud Firestore. So let's check over here. I'm going to refresh this page. Now here you will see the collection name that we have kept, which is our chats collection. So we are going to see that collection name. Okay, so this is what that you can see, a chats collection. This is a document ID, the message teach me something really great, and the type user. So you can see that it is working very brilliantly as we are expecting. So we can successfully now upload a data to the cloud Firestore in our chats collection. Right now let's move and let's write a API call to use a Google AI Studio AI. Right now here you can see that this is the file that I've created, which is like Gemini service dot, and once we move over here, I have just wrote a code to call a Gemini AI API. Right, so here I need to just call an HTTP link. So I need to just add an HTTP package in our perspec.ml file. So you just need to use this package, HTTP package. Now once you use this package, then you need to first pass an API key. Now from where you will get this API key? So you just need to move to the Google AI Studio official website, and then once you move to the Google AI Studio official website, there will be an option from where you can get an API key. In the bottom left corner, you will just see that there is an option to get an API key. Now here you can see that this is the string URL that you can use. Okay, now I'm using a Gemini version of 2.5 Flash. Okay, now there are lot many versions that you can use according to your need, but I'm using a Gemini 2.5 Flash over here. Now here you can see that I just wrote a send message function. This is the important thing. I've just passed a string user message. So for example, if the user will just send the message from here, we need to just send to the send message function, and then we need to tell the AI to give a reply for that. Okay, so for that I'm going to use a response http.post. If you have followed my old videos like a Claude or a chat GPT, then you know that what all things I have written over here, because that are almost same. The thing that has been changed is that a URL link. I will refer to you that, follow that videos as well, just to get a more knowledge about a AI, like, and how to use an AI. You can get to know like how you can use a Claude AI and a chat GPT AI as well. Right now here you can see that this is the text that I have just passed. Now this is the main thing that very much needed to get a perfect response from an AI. This is a prompt. I have explained your prompt many times before as well, but I'm giving you the quick instruction like how to write a prompt. So as I've told you that the our AI will going to act as an English tutor. So I have just passed that you are a friendly but a strict English tutor. I need a strict English tutor because if I won't pass a strict English tutor, it doesn't give me the response, maybe in not a perfect way. So I just told that the I need a strict English tutor who knows English very well. Okay, now just pass like start the conversation by choosing a random everyday topic such as a travel, food, hobbies, work, movies, or daily life. Okay, so this is how the conversation will be started by an AI. So I just need to pass a start text over here and will just give the hint to the AI or a tutor to start a conversation on English, and he can just correct me if there will be any problem, right? And I just pass like ask the user a simple question about this topic. You can change the topic as well. We just need to pass the user message, and for every message correct the sentence. If there will be any error, correct the sentence, explain the mistake in a simple English. If I make any mistake, explain in the simple English, give a better version of the sentence. So for example, if I wrote any English like English sentence over here, if there will be any better version that has been available for that sentence that I have used, the AI will just suggest me, right? Reply naturally in English and continue the conversation. Okay, so the conversation will be keep on going by an AI so that I can learn the English as well, right? Now here you can see that it has wrote that I have wrote that, not he has wrote that, I have wrote that very important rules that do not use any special character such as an asterisk, underscore, hash, emoji, or symbols. You know that once we call an AI API, the data that we get from any AI is in the form of star, hashtag, and all. I don't need that, so I've simply passed that. Don't use any special character, don't use any bullet point, use only plain simple text. Keep the formatting clean and reliable, right? Format your response exactly like this: corrected, explanation, better version, and a reply. Okay, now this is the thing. Now here you can see that this is the response. I have explained you many times before as well. Okay, line JSON decode, like we get the data from an AI in the form of JSON file. So we need to just decode that JSON file into the map so that the Flutter can read a map. Okay, as you know that Flutter can't read a JSON file directly, we need to convert that in the map so that the Flutter can read that easily. Okay, so this is the thing. Now in the data home page, I have done something. Let me show you. So this is the thing. Like here, I have just passed a timestamp. Now the timestamp is something like, for example, in the WhatsApp or in the Facebook or Insta, you have seen that the message has been shown in a perfect manner according to the time. It doesn't show the message randomly like 12 p.m. message at 1 a.m. or something. It doesn't show the message randomly. It's just show that in a perfect manner so that you can get to know like which message you send to the another user before and what reply you get exactly. So that's why I just pass a timestamp so that I can order the message accordingly. If you don't pass a timestamp over here, all the message will not be shown in the perfect manner and it will just shown in the random way. That doesn't look any good, right? Now this is the thing. Now here I just write string AI response and I need to get an AI response. So I've used a Gemini service class dot send message. So we are sending the message to the AI and we are getting the message. So I've just passed another map over here like message info map. I've just passed the type AI because we are getting the reply from an AI, message the response that we get from an AI, and the time span stamp, not spam, timestamp field value dot server timestamp, right? And then I need to store that in the database method or in the Firestore, and then I need to store that in the Firestore. So I've used this function. I think it's very easy to understand. Now let me show you that what response we get. Okay, so for example, if I'll write a start over here and I just send this start to the AI. Now I'm going to show all this text here on this screen as well because we haven't used a stream builder till now. So we are going to use a stream builder to show all the conversation in the home page. I've just sent that start text and let's see what response we get from the AI. So I'm going to refresh this page. So now you will see the chats collection and the two text. The first text that I have sent like in start, type, user, and then the response that I get, hello, I am your English tutor. Let's start with a simple topic today. Tell me what is your favorite food to cook at home. So you can see that this is the reply that I got from the AI once I send a message to start a conversation. Okay, so you can see that the conversation has been simply been initiated by an AI, and we need to show all the conversation over here so that I can start learning English, right? So what I need to do is that first I need to move to a database.dart file, and first I'm going to use a future, and in the future I'm going to just write a stream. Then I'll use a query snapshot. Okay, I'll write query snapshot get the user get user not get user, we can just write get all chats, right? Get all chats, this is just a function name. And then I'm going to just return, let's first pass async. We'll write await Firebase Firestore dot instance dot collection. So what collection we are going to call? So we are going to call a chats collection. So let's copy this. Let's directly paste this over here. And then I need to write dot snapshot. I've explained you about a snapshot many times before. Let me give you a quick idea. Like a snapshot is something that will just help us to read all the documents from a respective collection one by one. Okay, so that's a use of a snapshot, right? Now once we do this, now here we'll move back to the home page. Now in the home page, first I'm going to write a stream. Okay, so let's write a stream. I'm going to just write a chat stream. So I'm going to create just a stream, and let's pass something like this. Now once we do this, now here I'm going to write widget all chats. This is just a function name. Then what I need to do is that first return, we'll use a stream builder. So I'm writing a stream builder over here. We'll just pass the stream name like chat stream, and in the builder I'm write context, wait a second, yeah, context async snapshot and a snapshot, right? I'll just write a snapshot, something like this. Now once we do this, here I need to return again, and we are going to check that if the respective collection has any document available or not. So how we are going to check that? We are going to just write snapshot dot has data. Now one more thing I want to tell you, that if you want to learn more about a Firebase, about an AI, about a Flutter, about a Dart in much more detail, we are going to launch our course really soon in the Udemy. Okay, so do not forget to follow that course as well. I'm saying this because if you want to get more knowledge about a Firebase, what all things I'm writing over here, because I can't explain each and everything in this video because the length of the video will be very long. So that's why I make that course so that I can explain you about a small things easily and can make you really perfect in developing the app by using all this technology, right? So that's why I recommend you that you can follow that course and can be a pro in a Flutter, right? So I'm going to bring that course really soon. I think so. If you are watching this video very late, then you might see that the course has been launched. You can just check to my channel, right? So now I'm going to just write snapshot.hasData, and we are going to use a list view dot builder, right? Now I need to write a context, and then I'm going to write context. Let's write index. Okay. Now once we pass this, so this is the thing, like if we have an data, let's show the data by using a list view. If we don't, let's keep it empty, right? Now this is the thing that we need to do. Now here I need to pass an item count, and in the item count I am going to just pass like snapshot dot data dot docs dot length. Okay, so we are going to get the length of that complete collection that we have. Okay, I mean how much documents are there in that collection. And once we write this, now I just need to pass a sync and wrap to true. Sync and wrap, not over here, sync and wrap to true. And in the item builder, now here I'm going to just write document snapshot ds is equals to snapshot dot data dot docs, and we need to get the index. Okay, so let's pass the index, something like this. Okay, now once we do this, now let's return. And in the return, what I need to do is that first I need to check that if the type is an user or an AI. If it is user, let's shift to the right side. If it is an AI, shift to the left side. It's very easy, right? So what I need to do is that first let's pass like this, like ds type is equals to an AI. If it is true, then let's show this, right? So to show that, I'm going to do one thing like, okay, let's cut this row from here. Let's directly paste this. Okay, now this is for the AI, and let's do same for the normal user. So let's copy this, let's cut this, let's paste this over here. Okay, it's easy. Now we need to show the text as well. So write ds, and it's a message. So I'm going to just write a message, something like this. Now I'm going to pass like ds, and we are going to just write a message, something like this. I think so it's clear. Now we just need to call our all chat function, and let's hot restart the app. Okay, okay. One more thing we have forgot, that's the main thing, like get on the load. And inside the load, I'm going to just write a sync, and we just need to write a chat stream. Chat stream is equals to await database methods dot get all chats. We'll use a set state, and in the init state I'm going to call a get on the load function, right? Let's hot restart now, and let's see. Okay, so we get an data over here, something like this. And what I need to do is that over here I'm going to just pass the width, and in the width I'm write media query dot of context dot size dot width dot size dot width. Okay, let's hot reload. Okay, maybe we can just pass like divide by 1.2 or 4 will be too less. Let's pass 1.1 or 3. Yeah, so here you can see this. Now this is the reply that I got, but the thing is that I need to keep this at the top and the text at the bottom. Now what I need to do is that first let's hot restart the app, and let's then order by. Okay, see, I've done some of the changes over here. So basically, I want to send the previous chats also to the AI. Otherwise, it's going to reply welcome, welcome again, as I've shown you, right? So we need to just send the previous chats also to the AI, so that the AI can know that what conservation is going on and how I need to reply. Okay, without that, the AI will just give something random. So that's why we need to do this. So I'm going to just send the message to the AI, and I'll just ask that, so can you just tell me about Firebase? So this is what that I'm going to send to an AI. Can just tell me about a Firebase. This is the correct. This is the explanation. Your sentence has a several issue. First, for a question, you need a subject of verb can. Example use. Secondly, just is often unnecessary and informal. Thirdly, Firebase is a specific proper noun referring to a platform, so it does not typically require an identificates article a. So the better version, could you please tell me about a Firebase? So it has just passed the better version, as I've simply told you that you can see that I just wrote that I need a corrected version, explanation, a better version, and a reply. So these are the 4 things that I need in the format to correct my English, right? So it just told me that could you please tell me about a Firebase. So I just can pass something like this reply. Firebase is a comprehensive mobile and web application development platform offered by Google. It provides a suite of tools and service to help a developer build, improve, and grow their blah blah blah. So you can see that this is how the AI will just respond once I pass any question. It's going to correct me, it's going to give me the explanation that what mistake that I am doing. It's going to give me the better version that I can use, and the reply or the response for the questions that I am going to ask to an AI. So you can see that how beautifully we can just use an Google AI Studio and a Firebase to make this awesome app from the scratch, and we have just make the complete AI tutor app. The prompt plays a big role, as I've told you. If you write a perfect prompt, you get a perfect reply from an AI. As I've told you that you can follow the course as well that we are going to launch soon in our channel. So you can just follow that course, because on that course also I'm going to teach you about a prompt engineering, like how you can just write a prompt in a better way so that you can get a perfect reply from an AI. Okay, so that's the thing for this video. So hit that like and subscribe button and show your support. Until then, keep coding, keep having fun. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.